All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron Michael Eschenberg here, your neighborhood spaceman, bringing you your daily astrology reading for Tuesday, June 11th. Flying by this year, day by day, one step at a time, right? Now, the moon moved into Libra early this morning, okay? Now, the sign of Libra is, this is the justice, the balancing scales. Okay, so the hand that holds the scales is Virgo. I always forget her name. I'll have to go back and double check. Either way, so Virgo says yes or no. Virgo, the Virgin, which just means yes or no. It doesn't mean to not have had sex. It means to not be owned by someone, not to be owned by something, right? Free to make the decisions for yourself, and then the decisions that we make and say yes to this and no to this is what is balancing out the scales over in Libra. And this has to do with other people and our relationships with others. So this is, the moon is opposing Chiron, okay, the wounded healer in the sign of Aries. So it's self, okay? We're healing parts of ourself in order to get through to move on to the next area of our lives. Now, we're all in this big, we're recreating life. We're recreating, the entire wheel here. We're destructuring and restructuring at the same time. Okay. Now that's mainly has to do with this Capricorn, Saturn up in Capricorn and Neptune home in Pisces, that sextile that's happening. Well, now we also have another sextile that's happening today between Chiron over in Aries and Venus, which has just moved down into Gemini. Now this is an interesting aspect, is Venus in Gemini is just like overwhelmed. Venus in Gemini, I know a few of you out there that have Venus in Gemini, and it's just like there's a love for a lot of things. It's just like, well, I love this, and I love this, and I find that I love aspects about this, and I love aspects about this. Not necessarily putting 2 feet into the pond. It's almost like, yeah, I like this, but I'm not going to fully commit. I like this, but I'm not going to fully commit to that. And I like this, but I'm not going to fully commit to this either. But I like all of these things. They all bring interest and fascination and wonder and, amusement to self and bringing self joy, which is what Venus wants and loves. Now, the great thing is this sextile is to Chiron, meaning the more stuff that we find and fall in love with that's out there, it brings us a peace and a healing in here, right? So this is like seeking out, and going within simultaneously, right? Because it's both. We absolutely do both. Because if we just spend all of our days and all of our time indoors meditating, there's nothing to bounce off of us. There's no contrast. There's no, it's only an internal game. But the fact is that internally we have to deal with the outside world every single day. So it's important for us to go into the outside world to get those outside influences, which are going to help with our personal healing. And it makes it better, round and round. So let me go to the chart and I'll just show you all of this madness, and here we go, right? So this is the moon here. This is the moon. And this is the opposition here to Chiron, very slowly moving just at the 5 degrees. So 5 degrees, 5 degrees. Now this is at noon, noon tomorrow on Tuesday, or today, Tuesday, whichever day you're watching this. So at noon, that's exact, which means all morning and later into the night, we're still going to be feeling this. Like, hey, and look here. So we have Chiron making this sextile down to Venus, okay? And then we have this, this is an air sign. Okay, so fire sign, fire and air. That's what we create this sextile. They're helping each other out. Okay, now air sign to air sign over here in Libra, the cardinal air sign, we have this trine. Okay, so both of these are pointing here to Venus. Like Venus is your truth. Venus is the answer today. All right, so the information that's out there, go fall in love. Go fall in love with life, little stupid things, like look at this leaf. Oh my God, that's so cool. That one leaf might bring you a whole new perspective here, or put you in a place, where you're finding an emotional balance with others. Now, this is another interesting one, is everything's, kind of connected to the moon, connected to Venus, and then we have the moon squaring all of this gunk down here, this water stuff, So it's like Libra here, halfway between Capricorn and halfway between Cancer. Okay, so this would be our cardinals. So Aries, cardinal, Cancer, cardinal, Libra, cardinal, Capricorn, cardinal. So it's just like, where is this going? Venus is going up. We want to go to the top of the mountain here. But it's like it sees both, you know? So like these first 6 signs of the zodiac, they're all about self. Well, when we get up here, this is more like, yeah, I'm one individual, but with the whole group, there's more. There's a better, you know, more can get done and accomplished with other people, not just myself. So this starts our journey moving up to all of this good stuff up here. Okay, so it's squaring this down here, saying like, look, man, you have to break free of your emotional weight that is totally bringing you down right now, dragging you down. Because all of this is saying like, look, release, let go, restructure, reformat. Okay, both these are retrograde right now. All these re. And with the South Node being up here, that's why it's saying let go. Let go and restructure. Transform Pluto. Transform your idea, this concept of your life that you have. All this emotion stuff down here is just like, you know, this has been a very emotional week for a lot of folks. Very emotional week. You know, when I said it's getting heavy last week, it got really heavy. I mean, people were hitting me up about serious, you know, depression and like not wanting to leave the house. Now there's a lot of energy going on, right? So it's just like, look, we have to get past our own emotional veil that's over our eyes and get out there. You know, there's an immense amount of healing when we get past self. We have to stop just focusing on self. Right now we need to focus on others. We need to focus on career. We need to focus on the job. We need to focus on where we're going, because we can sit here and just dwell and wallow in our own pity. And not saying it's not deserved, not saying you don't deserve to sit there and feel all those emotions, because you absolutely do. You know, to me, I personally think there is great learning involved with depression. There's a key, there's an answer in that depression. What is this depression saying for you? You know, I think too many people too often, you know, once they start feeling depressed, they want to just go ignore it, you know, and either drink it away or smoke it away, you know, do some drugs or sex and, you know, get involved with other people. And it's just like, sitting and really feeling all the emotions that's going on. Why are you feeling this way? What in your life needs to change? Because that's what this is saying. So it's like, okay, well now with the moon in Libra squaring all of this Cancer energy, and all this Cancer energy, we've got the North Node, we've got Mars, we've got Mercury slowly coming up, but really it's I mean, that's at like 11 degrees Mercury, where Saturn and the South Node and Pluto are all 22 to 19 degrees. So this is like later in the zodiac. And that's where Mars is. That's where the North Node is. So Mercury is going to be there later in this week. You know, so we'll be healing this, the emotional, the integrity of our conscious mind, of our unconscious mind, of the way that we're thinking. You know, we're going to heal our thoughts, which is really good, which is really necessary. But right now it's saying like, heal your actions. How are you going through these actions? How are you dealing with this emotions? How are you physically dealing with this emotions? And is there another way that we can do it where we can say like, look, okay, yes, you have every right to feel this. You have every right to be feeling or going through whatever you're going through. But also for this moment, take the magnifying glass off of self, take the light off of self and shine into the outside world and see where you can be of use to someone else. All right, what can I do for somebody? You know, how can I help you? Reach out to me. Can I help you? I'm being serious. Can I help you? If it's through astrology, great. If it's through someplace else in life, you know, I'm doing singing bowl meditations and sound therapy. And, if I can personally help you in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out. I mean that wholeheartedly. And otherwise, how can you help somebody else out right now? How can you be of service to somebody else's life as we're all going through this mud? But this is necessary mud. We're not just spinning our wheels and going nowhere. We're getting somewhere. We're just going slower than we might appreciate or acknowledge. But I'm telling you, by July, you're going to look back and you're going to say, holy smokes, I have accomplished a lot this year. I didn't think I was actually moving as quickly as I was, or I didn't see myself accomplishing as much or moving enough ground or whatever it is. But trust me, in the next month, you're going to look back and be like, wow, we have done a lot of work over this, into this spring, this whole start of the year, inner work, and now we're bringing that starting to come outward and helping others, right? So that's our Tuesday in a nutshell. I hope you have an amazing day, illuminated and helping, because that is the answer. Is everything is out there right now. It's out there. The information's out there. It's other people are going to help bring us this, emotional balance. It's the information out there. It's falling in love with the little things, and that will bring us this kind of peace on this inner, this inner journey that we're dealing with of self. Okay? So happy Tuesday, my friends. I love you. I wish you enough. We'll see you tomorrow.